All right, so we'll start with, do you have any questions for us?
Is there a God out there?
I'm kind of going with no.
Okay. Okay.
But I respect if you feel differently.
That's an awesome first question.
Well, you said, is there any questions?
Yeah, no, this is the kind of show that we have.
Okay.
This is us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're off and rolling.
Here we go. Welcome to Bond Park. I'm Sarah Geidlinger.
And I'm Marshall Ward.
And I'm JP Magic.
Welcome, JP.
Thank you.
We're very excited to have you here.
Me too.
We have lots to discuss.
Nice. Nice.
Welcome to Bond Park.
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 Where should we start? Magic?
Sure.
Beer? Or
Beer.
trying to save the unhoused in the water region?
I will tell you a little story about myself.
Okay.
Before the pandemic happened, all of my gigs went well. So when COVID hit, gigs dried up, and then I had a gig each Tuesday night at Matanda's Cookhouse for like 7 years, weekly, doing that. And then I remember the manager, hey, JP, can't come in because Doug Ford closed it, right? It's going to be like a week.
And that's why you have a great pin on that just has the Doug Ford face and the word no.
No. Yeah. Doug Ford says no.
No, exclamation mark.
Yeah. No. Like Jeb. Yes. So then my father-in-law, who is retired MTO officer, got a nice job, safety guy for this driving company, this transport company. So they deliver flowers all over Ontario, big trucks. This is big trucks. You need a G license and big balls to drive a big truck. That's all you need. So in my stand-up routine, I say never, ever work with a father-in-law because you will say yes, because you want to please him.
Of course
You're
you do.
like,
You want him to love you. And
Yes,
do that.
Andy. Yes, Andy. I want to, So then he said to me, JP, can you drive from Guelph to North Bay to St. Catharines? And I said, yes, I would love to.
It's quite a haul, JP.
It was. And I started, I think at 6 p.m. at night. So got at the truck in Guelph, drove, awesome, got North Bay at 11. Half hour out, rainy, on highway, dark, I hit a moose.
Oh, no.
Yes. So I hit a moose in a big truck. So if I was not in a big truck, I would not be here right now.
Well, we're grateful that you're here.
Yes. So that's why I wanted to tell that story. So then I said, when I hit the moose, I hit a fucking moose. And then I don't want to drive anymore in this industry because you are a number. You are a little tiny guy in a big corporation. Big, They had dispatchers. They have people that make flowers, bunches of flowers. They have drivers from the south coming up, big. So I felt like really small and I wanted to do good. So I always say yes. So then I said, fuck, I don't want to be a driver no more. And what do I like? I like beer and I like magic. So then I said to my wife, Amber, I don't want to drive anymore. Like, it's nice that Andy got me a job, but that job took me away from my family, like 4 days a week. And then, yeah. So we were surviving. So then I applied Together We're Better, and that's a nice beer. And now I work there.
Yeah, well, tell us about TWB. It's a
Yeah.
very different kind of craft beer setup than what we think of when we think of craft beer.
Yes. TWB. So it stands for Together We're Better. A few things that I really like about it. It is a co-op. So that means buy-in. Co-op buys in. And it is a group of people, collective people, who love beer or love a product. And this product is good beer. And then we make it. And I really like it because big beer guys like Blue buy Creemore, and so like Creemore is not craft no more. But then the money that Creemore makes goes to head office, like Toronto, right? So, but a good thing about co-op is everything stays in town.
Which is our favorite thing. This is what we talk about constantly on this show. And even when we live and work in our community of Waterloo Region, it feels so good when somebody down the street pays me a few dollars for the work that I do, and I can give it to another neighbor, and it just feels good. It feels right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it feels super good. And also another thing is they give us a living wage. So that's huge, man. Huge. So like, I never worked as a server like that before. So I was a server before, but it's good to be back, to not act like slimy, like act like super to get your tip. Like, no, like this is my passion. Let's talk about it, So yeah, and that's good to have a living wage too. Third,
He's holding up the number 3.
yeah, third is no tip.
Yeah.
No tip place at all. Just buy us more beer, follow us on social media, right? So like that's another mind bender to go for conflict with our tipping society, right? Like why in North America,
Which none of
do we
us
tip?
really fully understand, and we're all just trying to do our best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes tipping is good, sometimes tipping is bad, but get that out and say, hey, we have a good product, people will buy it, So yeah.
Sarah, what did you mention before we started on air about about TWB?
Yeah. Did I not talk to you about this? I feel like that we were talking about it.
Yeah.
So I had seen an article in the Record. Actually, it was written by Robert Williams about TWB buying a 54 unit, is that right? Building to support affordable housing in the Waterloo region.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that project? Because we talked to Joe Mancini of the Working Center earlier this fall. And, he just sort of threw his hands up in the air and he said, the region, like every winter, like every year, November comes.
Yes.
Every year it gets cold. And every year the region's like, oh, darn, we need to help people. Like it's coming constantly every year. Our winters are harsh. There are people that have needs in town. And here's TWB, this beautiful cooperative in town, going, well, I think we can help. Tell us about this.
Yeah, I think community is key. Yeah, like my pitch when I sell beer at St. Jacobs is community supported. And I think that's one reason why I love being here, because it's community. So yeah, so help others as you want to be treated, right? So yeah, so we went out and like, let's talk about this and help people, man. So help people. Who cares the government doesn't give us a grant? Like, no, you do it and then people will get behind you and do it, right? So I think it is good to have grassroots organization, to do it. And for that reason, it is so organic, because it is not like a Budweiser sponsors or like big corporations like Budweiser's like, no, like you found out, we're not like promoting it, like this is hush hush. So I think that's another good thing to do too, is to help out. So.
And is it a bigger collective? Is it the union cooperative? Is it not just TWB? Are there other players?
Yeah. Other players come, have fun, and help.
Yeah. So again, I didn't see any ceremony with city officials in the news. I didn't see a big social media push about it. I happened to see an article in the Record, and I thought, I know those guys. We've talked to Alex before. I know who these people are. And then I dug in and thought, okay, this is so simple, right? Like everyone keeps things so complicated all the time. And I mean, I'm not a real estate investor. I don't have a cooperative, but I do know what community is.
Yes.
And I know when I feel it and I know when I see it.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this cooperative, the union cooperative, goes and buys property, can't lose, right? Here's somewhere we can put our money where we can feel like maybe it will come back to us in the future. And at the same time, we're helping our neighbors. Like, why is this concept so hard for government?
Because I think corporations make money. So that's why.
Yeah.
So money. Consuming nation.
Yeah. And this is what I found so beautiful. Like I said, there was no big push. There was no photo op. It just happened to get picked up and you guys were doing the good work.
Yes.
And that's what community is. That's what this is all about, is lifting up your neighbors when you have a little more. And sometimes when you just need to like pool together what little you have to make a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I first discovered TWB, it was like the most unassuming thing you've ever seen. You're on Mill Street, is that where you're?
Yes.
Right? And you're driving and there's a sandwich board that's basically a chalkboard and it says, fresh beer.
Yeah.
That's all it says.
They're not lying.
No, it's like, I'm going down this driveway.
Marshall's like, oh, they're talking to me.
Yeah. And how is TWB? How does it get out there in terms of? So I know where to go to buy TWB on Mill Street, but also, and then you guys arrive at the St. Jacobs Farmers Market.
Yes.
Great spot.
Where else is the beer?
Yes. So we are in some licensees like bars, like Charcoal, Smokehouse, some restaurants, Fat Sparrow, I delivered there.
Great.
Yes. And also too, we are at Kitchener Market too. Chef Rob, shout out to Chef Rob. Yeah. Does that for us. And then I got hired on to do St. Jacobs.
Okay.
St. Jacobs.
And you've also collaborated, like, for example, I remember you made a, like Jeff Davis's Island Sun hot sauces.
Yes.
You guys made like a
My favorite hot sauce
honey
in the whole
barbecue.
world.
Yes. Favorite. Yeah.
My favorite. Sorry, Marshall, but I had to say it's my favorite hot sauce.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome. And anyways, you guys also, there you are working with other small batch local people. Yeah. Are you a brewmaster yourself? Have you learned how to make the beer?
Not a brewmaster. I like to
A brewer.
brew. Yeah, a brewer. Yeah.
I like to brew.
Yeah.
I like to brew, but I don't know, masters in the future.
Yes. Yeah. Before I worked at TWB, I have brewed beer with my brewing partner, Mike Wong. Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Mike Wong, aka Andy Lease. Yeah. So Mike and we have brewed beer before, but since I worked at TWB, it seems like I don't know anything. It's like, wow, I have no idea. I thought I knew, but bigger information, I'm like, wow.
Isn't that the most beautiful thing though, where your mind gets expanded and you get to learn while you're working?
Yes.
That's the thing that keeps us passionate about our work.
Yes.
Is that you're not just going in and driving the truck to North Bay to Sudbury to back home, hitting the moose along the way. Sorry,
Yes.
R.I.P. moose. But learning and expanding and sharing those experiences with your coworkers and your fellow cooperative
Yes.
partners, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was at the market last, Pierre walked past me with a crate of beer heading into Peddler's Village. And he just very quickly told me about how you have you have a beer
Yes.
with ghost pepper
Yes.
in it. Yeah, what is that beer?
So it's called Ghost Rider with ghost pepper in it. It is a stout, Imperial Stout, 8.9%, and it is spicy. Full disclosure, I don't like spicy.
We talked about hot sauce before we started, yeah.
I like the spice.
Really?
I do like it. So when you take a sip, it
Is
kicks.
it warm?
No, it kicks you, it lingers, and it dies off.
Oh, okay.
So like it hits you, it lingers. Okay, now
Like a good shot of whiskey. That's how it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's warm. It's hot. It kind of hurts, and then it's like, okay, I feel good.
yeah. It's a beautiful, unique flavor for sure. Full body. It is nice.
I just wanted to mention too, you're in the best spot at the market. I love it. You're right down in the corner by a Taste of Grease, which I'm always
Yes.
going to. Stella and Jamie.
Stella
How's
and
it go-
Jamie,
and Esme, baby Esme,
Yes.
down by the pretzels there. But we love that corner. You're in a great spot with lots of traffic there as
Yes,
well,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find Stella like wearing a TWB shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Great chicken, great fries, great food that they have.
The salads, and they make gluten-free pitas. They're
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I realized that I actually I'd interacted with JP a long time ago in various ways at basically like festivals or busker type things when my kids were little. I only realize that now. Every once in a while when I go look at old family photos on our computer, there's like the Stratford Garlic Festival, and there's this or there's that in Uptown Waterloo, and then I can see JP that was the person entertaining our kids back then. But if I'd only seen you once in a while or once a summer, I don't always remember because there's other entertainers out there.
It's true.
Yeah.
They're like Scott Boyd.
Yeah. And then I've watched every episode of JP Magic and Friends. It's a great show you put together on Rogers TV.
Thank you.
Talk a bit about that.
Yes.
Creating that show.
Yeah, people who are listening, what is JP Magic and Friends? That is a series I did a few years ago at Rogers. So 6 episodes of my show. So I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of it. So how I got it, there's 2 ways I think to get a show there. Is they say, if you have an idea, pitch to us. And then, so I got the show, I think by hard work. But I did not ask to get a show. So I went to Conestoga College to take TV broadcast. And then I graduated, and then I helped with Rogers TV to film a golf show. So then this director says, at the end of the show, we can show you do magic and show the credits, the end credits, right? So then the main producer at head office liked it and said, hey, JP, if we give you a camera crew and an editing bay, would you provide contact for us? And I said, yes.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
Are you asking me to make a show about magic? What am I going to say? No?
So I said yes, and then I talked this idea with my good friends Wilbur, Phil, my wife. Said, okay, I got this opportunity. And then the show idea is JP Magic and Friends. So I sit down with a friend in 6 different category of entertainment, because we got Eric Chaplin, kids music. We got Wilbur Cortez. He's an awesome kids entertainer. We got Five the Magician. He's a good adult magician. You got John the Magic Guy, good carpet. And then we got other guys in it. Phil from the Silly People.
Yeah.
So I really like it because different entertainments. And then I asked them, how do you get into entertainment? And also the first segment is I do a show. So you see me in the wild doing magic tricks. Second is I sit down, interview people like my guests. And then the third is I teach you a simple magic trick that you can do at home.
Which everyone wants to know, right? Everyone wants to know the secrets behind magic.
Oh, yeah,
right?
for sure.
I
for
do.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin it, but I also kind of want to know,
Yes.
How did you get into magic? What was the moment? What was the thing that got you?
The joke is to pick up girls. No. My wife hates that joke. No.
To pick up you?
Yeah. I love you, Amber. 12 years this October. So August 6th. Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, yeah. So when I was 7, my uncle showed me like a simple card trick.
Yeah.
Really simple. And then I said to him, show me how. He said, no. So I said to him, please show me how. He said, no. So then after a half hour, he's like, okay.
Shut the hell up. I'll show you this.
I will. So Uncle Mark, helped me to understand that simple trick, that mathematical trick, So, and that got me hooked. And that was 7. Yeah, 7. And then my parents, we go camping up at Killarney. Beautiful. And up at Sudbury, there's Science North, the Science Center. So this guy said to me, hey, do you want to learn to juggle? I said, sure, why not? So I learned to juggle when I was 14. I went to school with sisters that turned out to be clowns.
Okay.
Happy Space, Ruth and Helen. Shout out. So then they said, hey, you do birthday parties. Next birthday party you do, film it, send it to us. And if we like you, we can train you to be a clown.
Wow.
So I did the birthday party. Hey, we loved you. So then they got me my own clown face. So at that time, I had a clown face, clown nose, clown outfit. And then they said, what is a good clown name for you? What is a good clown name for you? So my given name is Joseph Michael Peplinski, right? So that's my given name. So then Ruth said, you do magic. And your name is Joseph Peplinski, so why not JP Magic? So at first I'm like, fuck, my name is Joseph, not fucking JP.
Yeah. I'm not a kid.
Yeah. JP Magic,
But it does have a ring to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I embrace it. Now people know me as JP.
If it was just like Joe Magic, it sounds almost like, do I trust this magician? But JP has some authority to it.
JP, Bibi, mon ami. Magique. Let's do some magique.
Exactly. JP at the end of his show says, if you see me out there, say, hey, JP, give me a high five and I'll high five you.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly what JP did.
Really?
When I first met him.
Nice.
Hey, JP, big high five.
I'm a pro high fiver. I don't understand when people are like, yeah, I don't do that. I'm like, why not? Let's celebrate by smashing hands together. It's fun. It's a connection.
It is, yes.
Feels good.
JP also eats fire.
Yes.
Wait, let's talk about this.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Okay, so you don't like hot sauce,
No,
but
I
you
don't.
eat fire.
I know,
It's
yes.
like spicy
Fire eater.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. People often ask me, what does fire taste like?
Mm-hmm.
And it tastes like heartburn.
Okay.
That's a joke.
Oh, I was like,
You're really thinking about it.
oh, I'm painfully literal. So if you tell me something, I'm like, okay, I'm processing what it is. Okay, so I didn't get the joke now. Haha, it's funny. What does it taste like?
It tastes like chicken. No, it's not a bad joke.
See, now I was primed. So
Okay,
I got it this time.
Yeah, so I use two things.
Okay.
So I use Coleman fuel. So it reminds me of camping with
Killarney
my
Coleman fuel.
yeah, Killarney. So then I soak my two little churches in a container of Coleman fuel. So Coleman fuel is healthier than gasoline. Yeah, I know.
JP's making air quotes.
Yes.
Coleman fuel is healthier than gasoline,
Yes.
people.
Yes.
That's what your dietitian told you.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 times a day. Okay. And brush your teeth at that.
And we're talking big fire, Sarah.
I know. I think
I've seen him
it.
do it in the dark, like big
Yes.
thing.
Fire. That's what she said. Almost spit take. Okay.
I was like totally choking on my coffee after that one. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So the Coleman fuel, we soak it in. And then with that, you can touch the head of the flame for a few seconds and it will burn the fuel off of your hands.
Okay.
So it's safe, right? So same principle with the tongue. So you can touch your tongue and for a few seconds, your tongue is on fire. For that few seconds, you want to like put this other charge on your tongue and then poof, it happens.
Don't you worry about the beard?
So that's why I grow out a beard during the winter.
Got it.
Yeah, so I haven't seen you with a beard before.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my homeless look. I just hope you like it. It's like our mountain man, like really Adams. Let's get the cocaine bear.
But you usually have a magician's mustache.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, okay. So the curl would keep like the waxed curl would keep it away from the flame.
Oh yeah.
Right.
If not, it would be a bad candle.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
So at first I was just like this beard, like you could totally set yourself aflame.
Yes.
But so then are you just like breathing fire, or is this fire going into your like throat?
Yes. So with the Coleman, with the little sticks, yeah, I can blow it out, eat it, and then to blow fire, this is what I do: cornstarch.
Right.
Cornstarch. So you got a joke out of it because my joke is like afterwards it seemed like you partied with Rob Ford. You got like the right stuff all of me. So you have cornstarch, big spoonful, put it in your mouth, get ready, old church, and
and
it explodes.
It ignites.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So, because like, okay, let me, because I'm not
and
really
that's
good
way
at this stuff.
safer.
That's safer.
It's way safer.
Okay.
And also, yeah, because my friend, when I started it like 20 years ago, my friend was so bad, like he like bred his stuff, his chain, like the oil, like the kerosene, like really irritated his skin. So,
Right.
yeah.
I've never actually seen you put that cornstarch in your mouth. You must do a bit of a kind of pro wrestler kind of
Like a sleight of hand.
that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
gotcha.
maybe we don't get to know the whole truth.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, come and watch my show soon.
Figure it out. Figure it out for yourself, Marshall.
Yeah. You also
Marshall's going to buy cornstarch this afternoon.
your comedic timing is superb. I've seen you with an audience where like a more it's amazing with kids, but I mean with adults it's a bit different. You bring in a bit of a self-effacing kind of humor to it all, right?
Yes.
And it's the jokes are such that you put someone on the spot, they might feel kind of awkward, you know, being pointed out or being brought up on stage, but you work with them and you know exactly what you need to do and say to make it all really entertaining. Where did you learn that part?
Thank you. I say when you busker, you learn a lot. So you have to put hours in to make yourself good. So for years, I used to busker and make balloons at St. Jacob's, and then Port Elgin, and then we got Katy Market, Grand Bend. So I buskered, and then at least put 1,000 clicks on my car each week. That's how much I travel. And so that's how you become good. Like the more you do, the more better you do, you know, because like how many interviews you've done? A lot. And then you're good because you've done it a lot. So with me, I really like buskering because you will have always new people coming in. And if they don't like you, they were like, fuck this guy, I'm going to walk off, right? So like, then that means is you really have to be good to to keep people, not trap people, but to keep people, right? Because like entice people. Yes, thank you. Entice them with free candy. No. Free candy, kids. No. Yeah. So like a busking and like a paid gig is like really different. But how I do my paid gig is busking, because busking is like you want to get people.
So they're always getting JP. They're always getting Joe Magic.
Yeah.
Out of it. There's never like a different level for the different type of paid gig or if it's a festival where you've paid to enter or whatever.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what makes your show so fun is the unexpected. So you might wow us with a trick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you do is you do something that's deliberately less than spectacular, kind of making it a bit of a joke of yourself, right?
Yes.
Which is really funny, right? I noticed the busker this summer at the St. Jacobs Farm Market who is on the, I think it's called a Rolo Bolo.
Yeah, Wola Bola. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a knife juggler and he could do a lot of things. That's what he understood that concept too, right?
Yes.
You must have taken a few moments and watched him. What did you see in his show?
I saw my act in him.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I worked with them before. Being an entertainer in a beautiful small town, other entertainers know each other, right? So yeah. So I really liked his act. He is really doing it, man.
Yeah.
Doing it.
He's very good at projecting his voice out there.
Yes, he is.
One of my favorite things. It is. I love it.
Yeah, and equally entertaining the kids and adults.
Yes.
And of all ages, right?
Which is tricky.
It is.
Right?
It is really tricky, and I call that like the Pixar humor, right? Because Pixar has like jokes for adults and kids, right? So yeah, but you do has to be just careful, yeah. Because I want to say a little story popped up. Was doing a show as a clown, and then I had this bit. This is Finding Nemo, and then this is Finding Nemo on 8-ball track, you know. Yeah. So the kid is like, "What's an 8-ball?" You know? So like, so you have to,
You got to choose your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
In high school, what were you thinking you might be doing with your life?
Yeah. Did you think that this would be your path? Cooperative brewer, right? Right. I mean, entertainer,
Fire eater.
you know, your husband and father. Like, did you see this package as a youngster?
I know when I was young, I thought I was gonna be a pastor in Manchester, England. So as a young kid, I was in heavy religious, like charismatic church. You know, like IGC, talking tongues. You know, like visionary, like really like. I say cult like, you know, because they believe that the world is like young world, you know, and so it's like God made the world 7 days, so it's really like fundamental, like crazy stuff.
So is there a God? Like you asked me when we started.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for asking, Sarah.
No, thank you.
prepared an answer.
I think if there is a God, there is a God, but if not, no.
That's a great answer.
Because my experience though. Audrey, she's a miracle child. Like we were having problems to have a child between my wife and Audrey is beautiful. So my thing is, if God is a life-giving God, how come God is not giving us life? That's my question.
But you have Audrey.
Yes, Audrey. Yes, yes, yes.
Do your kids kind of treat you like like, hey,
Do they know you're cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Audrey, yes. I have done Audrey's end of school program. Like, party. Yeah.
Celebration. Yeah.
I was gonna say I would think that if I had a parent who was a magician, I'd want everybody to know and to see what you can do.
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
One that I know of.
Okay.
That I think
So
of
Audrey.
worship.
Hi,
Yes.
Audrey.
Yes.
I
Audrey
interrupted you. You go ahead.
I forgot I was about to
I'm
say.
sorry, Marshall. Do you want to re-ask there?
Yeah, just that.
Yes. Sorry, I remember. Yes.
Okay.
So Audrey knows that I'm magic because Amber, my wife, told me. Audrey told her cousins, I'm magic.
Oh, with the sparkle hands.
Yeah,
The little
jazz hands. Yeah, like, I'm magic.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't wondering, like, does Audrey think that all dads can do cool shit?
That's a good question.
Right?
I don't know.
She might think that this is normal.
Maybe.
You know? She may be
Where's
like,
my balloon?
Yeah.
You know, how come your dad's not making?
don't all dads breathe like
Yes.
fire with cornstarch in the kitchen when they're making dinner?
I think Scott Boyd once told us how there's like less than 10 magic shops across Canada or something.
9 or something.
It's an incredibly small number. How do you go find your new tricks and your new I guess props? Is that what they are?
If you can share.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I think there's less than 5 in Canada magic shops. There was 2 in Toronto and 2 in Montreal, but 1 closed in Montreal and 1 closed in Toronto. Not Toronto, Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah, and then I used to work at Kind of Magic, so that's magic costume special makeup.
Just down the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lancaster. Yeah. So it's hard, I think, to be a magic shop owner, and I think that's why Phil bought costumes and makeup, you know, because everyone's going online to buy it. Like Wish, you got wish.com. But with wish.com, you have like shitty product, right? Pretty shitty quality, right? So yeah.
I once saw a beautiful magic shop in Las Vegas. It was like all branded around Houdini and stuff. It was just gorgeous. I thought, imagine if every city had a magic shop that looked like that. Eh?
Yes.
Every city is not Las Vegas.
No.
No.
Viva Las Vegas. Viva.
Las Vegas.
Do you want to take us home with that whole song? Hey, as we wind down here, do you want to reflect a bit on this life you've made for yourself, working, as an entertainer and as a brewer, and how, it looks like you did it on your own terms, and
Oh yeah.
it's serving you well.
Yes.
What you hope for the future.
Yes. Before I do that, I work at Crazy Canuck Thursdays, so I do magic there, and then sometimes they give me beer, so I got beer for us to try. So I'm gonna crack it open so you
Go ahead.
Or then
Sure,
back
I
up.
will too.
There you
I'm allergic to everything, so I would have abstained.
go. Okay. So yeah. So
I want to tell everybody I've got a black coal stout here.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got a nice boxcar graffiti, pineapple, lemon, ginger, Labatt. No, lager.
Nice.
The art is beautiful.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, JP.
So yeah,
Great.
it is good.
That sounds like Tony the Tiger, but like over beer.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So my life is good. I'm happy where I'm at. Sometimes you have to go through shit to be happy, you know. So I'm grateful. I went through the driving the truck. Yeah, we were surviving, you know, and mentally I was not doing good. So yeah, so do what you love to do, and I'm more open with like the moose story because that got me. I love beer, so let's do it. And I've been doing magic for a long time too. So my ID was in magic too, because people from the past, like, hey, you did magic. Oh, you still do magic. You do still magic, you know? So after a while, like, fuck, I'm trapped. I'm trapped like JP magic,
Right.
but not like the beer Joe guy, you know? Like, so I don't want to box myself in, you know? And so like the last 2 years, COVID was a journey to say, yes, maybe it's okay to be picky. It's okay to say, no, do not want to do that gig. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, this is my price now, you know? And be okay with it, you know? So yeah, so it's good to have a beautiful wife to help me to know, yes, I like beer. And with that first month's working at TWB is like, oh, beer. You drink, but sometimes you have to say no too. So practice saying no. So yeah, so thanks for asking me that, because now, yeah, so like I am learning to say no too, because I think as
I am too.
young Christian, yes, you want to like please God, serve God, you know,
Totally
and say yes.
understand that.
And please people, right? So as an entertainer, I do want to please people, right? So yeah, so 3 years, last 2 years was a crazy, fun, a lot of tears, but a lot of like high mountains, you know.
Bond Park is made possible with the support of the Waterloo Region Community Foundation, the Kitchener Public Library, our local sponsors, and you, our loyal listeners.
We make this show in Sarah's kitchen. If you like it, please rate and subscribe.
That helps us get the word out to more listeners.
The Bond Park theme song is by Alan Lung. Sarah and I are super excited for season 4 and all the amazing shows we're going to bring you.
We're also really excited about our secret side podcast called An Unscripted Spectacle, Wrestling with Wrestling. And it's not actually about wrestling.
No, it isn't. It's about a lot of things.
Mostly life.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of laughter.
Yeah, there's tons and tons of laughter.
We're incredibly proud of it. So please check it out on all your streaming platforms. An unscripted, I can't say it. Can you say it?
An unscripted spectacle, wrestling with wrestling. Meow, 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 meow.